What's up, Pokemoshpitbeta? This is Moonlight150, and I got an RU battle here for today. This is against YuseitheSynchroHero, so let's dive right into it, because that's really all the information you need to know, isn't it? Anyway, so he's going to lead off with an new Pokemon, the Mesprit, named Amuse Me. Anyway, so I'm going to lead off with my Roselia, my obvious Eviolite Roselia. He's going to trick on his Choice Scarf, I believe it is. Wait for the text. Yes, there it is, the Choice Scarf. And he's going to take my Eviolite, so now my Roselia has really no bulk to it, and that's going to come really into play if that wasn't pretty obvious for itself. Anyway, so I'm afraid of the Zen Headbutt or any kind of psychic move this Mesprit might have. So I'm going to go straight into my Golurk, which is not exactly the best switch-ins, but I figured that I can at least take a hit because I have a little bit of defense invested for situations like this. He reveals that he is a more physical Mesprit, which I think Mesprits are better as a physical attacker than a special attacker. I'm not exactly sure. I don't have a Mesprit of my own. But he goes off with the Zen Headbutt, does around half, I think it was, if I was looking at the bar correctly. But I do have enough for a substitute, which thankfully does come into play here in the next couple turns. So he's going to switch into his Alomomola now, fearing some kind of ghost move like, I don't know, what do Golurks like to carry? Well, mine carries Shadow Punch. I don't know what your Golurk carries, but my Golurk carries Shadow Punch. Anyway, so I'm going to take some leftovers, and this part of the match is a little bit stally because, you know, it's Alomomola. Those things, those bulky fish. I'm going to go for the Earthquake, seeing if it does more than the Shadow Punch does, which actually, if you look at that health bar, actually does a lot more than Shadow Punch. So he's going to wish his Alomomola. I just watched the battle. Why do I not know what happens? Anyway, so I'm just sitting behind my sub, getting some leftovers back, waiting to crit this Alomomola is really what I'm doing. I'm fishing for a crit on a fish. How do you like that play on words? Or, I don't know, it's not even a play on words. What am I talking about? Anyway, so he goes for the Skull now. He's going to go on the offensive because he knows that he has the Wish set up. He could have gone for the Protect, but I think he just wanted to get rid of my sub because he knows that no matter what I do, it's not going to take out his Alomomola unless I get that crit that I was fishing for. So he gets his Wish, and it almost takes him up to full, just barely enough, but you know that's half of Alomomola's stuff. That's what Wish does. It restores only half, not full. Anyway, so I'm still getting my leftovers. I'm back actually to the green bar of health now at 175, but I'm going to switch back into my non-Eviolite Roselia. Take some rocks damage, and he's just going to go for the Skull. I'm hoping for not the burn here because that's what I don't need that right now. I've already lost my Eviolite. I don't need a burn as well. Thankfully, I don't get it. So he's going to restore a little bit of leftovers. I'm going to get nothing. I don't have my Eviolite anymore. But he's fearing like the grass move, like Leaf Storm or something. I forget. Do I have Leaf Storm on this? I'm not sure. It's a lead step. I know I have the Sludge Bomb. I'm going to go straight for the Sludge Bomb on the Mesprit. And thankfully I get the Poison, which, as you'll see in the next 2 turns, I believe it is, it's actually going to come into play. So he gets affected by his Poison. He's going to go for the Zen Headbutt. I will actually take this. Spoiler alert. I'm going to take the Zen Headbutt. But not as well as I wanted to. I lied to you, just in case you didn't know. I completely forgot about that crit. Anyway, so he's going to be hit by his Poison. I'm going to bring back in Golurk. This is the part I was talking about, not the Roselia part. Jeez, me, a regular Roselia without an Eviolite taking his Zen Headbutt. What was I thinking? Anyway, so I actually avoid the Zen Headbutt. You know, that 95% accuracy I believe Zen Headbutt is. I misses, and I do go for the Stone Edge, which surprisingly does not kill this Mesprit, but thankfully it is down to the low enough health where Poison will take me out. I'm slurring my words. Why am I doing this? Anyway, so he's going to bring in his Gallade now, and I believe this is the part where I blank on his moveset. Yes, he's going to go straight for the Ice Punch. I did not know if his Gallade carries Ice Punch. I don't think every Gallade carries Ice Punch. I know it's more like Psycho Cut, Drain Punch in some cases, Leaf Blade on some others like to carry that, so it's very mix and match. Only some, I believe, carry Ice Punch. But I'm going to bring in my fighter now, my Medicham Nevada, and I'm going to go straight for the Psycho Cut just to see how much it will do on this Gallade. And it turns out I'm going to return that crit on my Roselia back with this crit Psycho Cut on Gallade, which really affected his team because I think that's more like his heavy hitter of his team, at least one of his heavy hitters. Now he brings in his heavy wall, this freaking fat fish Alomomola. It's going to take some rocks damage, and I think this is the part where I take him by surprise by revealing that I have the Thunder Punch. And this is actually going to do crap ton to this Alomomola. The Thunder Punch is a clear 2-hit KO, and he's now fearing this. He doesn't know what to do because even if he wishes, I could just keep Thunder Punching this thing until he's at a low enough health. That's gotta be like 4 or 5 turns of me Thunder Punching him, wishing. So he sees what the problem here, and he's gonna go switch into his Typhlosion. Now, landing a life or boosted Thunder Punch that's sadly not stab on a Typhlosion now isn't that bad, as you'll see right here how much it does to the Typhlosion. It actually gets him around, I don't know, I can't really calculate that coming from the Stealth Rock damage, but this Wish from Alamola does take his Typhlosion back up to full HP, but he's going to go for the Focus Blast and miss, so once again, more hacks my way, and I'm going to go for the High Jump Kick, which is going to take out his Typhlosion. So, thanks to hacks, I am knocking out some of his bigger guys because I get a nice clear shot without any recoil, and a lot of his guys are faster than me. So he's going to bring in his Golurk now, and this is once again one of those turns where I'm going to, he's taken by surprise by my moveset, and I'm going to go for the Ice Punch. So I do carry the High Jump Kick, Psycho Cut, Thunder Punch, and Ice Punch. I believe that's why I made this meta champ. It has some decent coverage for situations like this in the RU tier. So the surprise Ice Punch did take him off, and it cost him his Golurk. So he's going to bring back in his Alamomola. Not sure exactly why, because his Wish is gone. I can just easily Thunder Punch this thing, but he's just going to go for the Protect. I'm losing my voice from talking so long. Usually battles aren't this long. Anyway, so I'm going to go for the Thunder Punch. He's protected. He just wants to just scout. I think he's thinking is what was really going on here. He just was trying to think of what to do. So I don't exactly remember why I switched out here, but it turns out we actually both switch out. He's going to switch out his Alamomola here in the second too. Not sure why. I think it had something to do with that we were chatting on Skype or something at the same time. And I'm like, you know, let's switch out. Let's change this up. Let's change this up and see what happens. So, you be the judge of that if that would really cost me the game or not. Anyway, so I'm going to go for the X-Scissor with my Kabutops here. And it's not going to do a whole lot because, once again, like I said, it's Eviolite Roselia in RU. Well, it's Eviolite Roselia. It's going to have an Eviolite. It's going to be pretty bulky. Pretty boosty. What term is that? Pretty boosty. So he Leech Seeds my Kabutops, and my X-Scissor is not doing that much because it's part Poison type, so it's not stab, it's not super effective, it's barely doing any damage to this Eviolite Roselia. I'm gonna go, not me, he's gonna go back into it, Alamomola. It's gonna get into the red zone of health. I thought, you know what, it's really low health, it's X-Scissor, why don't I just take this out? But he lives with that little sliver of health, and I don't even know how much HP that is, and I'm thinking, wow, this is pathetic, Kabutops. Why are you not fulfilling your duty of taking out things with your giant razor hands? So he's going to get a little bit of Leech Seed, and after I see how much he recovers from the Leech Seed and the leftovers, I know that another X-Scissor will not be able to take him out. So I thought I would go for the Stab Stone Edge, which actually does take him out with a crit. I don't know if that actually mattered or not. I mean, it is Stab Stone Edge, but Rock is not really that powerful against water. I don't know if that crit mattered, but either way, I think I was going to take him out eventually, that Alamomola. So he's going to go back into his Roselia. I'm going to go for the X-Scissor once again because I really have nothing to go for this. Waterfall, I don't want to go for. Stone Edge, I don't want to go for. And my other move is Night Slash, I don't want to go for that. But he's just going to go straight for the offensive and go straight for the Giga Drain to regain all his health back. Yeah, it's like exactly half. Look at that bar, it's exactly half. Take all my life from my Kabutops. Anyway, so I'm going to go into my Galvantula now. And that is my shiny Galvantula. Gonna take some pretty heavy rocks damage though. But I'm gonna go straight for the Hidden Power Ice, I believe it is. I keep considering go back to Fire, but then I run into situations where I prefer Ice. So maybe I need to make another Galvantula with Hidden Power Fire. But he's gonna go for the Sludge Bomb now, seeing as that he survived actually the Hidden Power Ice. But I survived with the littlest bit of health, and that is going to be the game after I go for a Bug Buzz and survive Life Orb recoil. So anyway, good game. YuseitheSynchroHero, and thank you guys for watching Pokemoshpitbeta. Make sure to check out my channel, Moonlight150. Make sure to check out his channel if you don't know him, YuseitheSynchroHero. And be sure to stay tuned on Pokemoshpitbeta and the Pokemosh Pit itself and all that other good stuff. So I will see you guys. Bye.